Hello. We're going to try and film this in one go. My kids are downstairs, but I think they're distracted enough by Bluey. Sketchbook tour. So this is a sketchbook that I kept from June to September of this year. It's quite short. Usually mine I keep them a bit longer, but this sketchbook, it's a Sea White of Brighton travel sketchbook, has lovely thick watercolor paper, but it also means that there's not a lot of pages in it. Beautiful though, and I'm happy I brought this with me on vacation. So I started in July, and we've been having kind of a tough time, to be honest, with our son is having a hard time, and that's why we have been having a hard time. So that's a little bit of this page. I got a new tattoo. It's a little birdie that was drawn by my youngest, and then my eldest added some stars to it. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I'll put a photo up somewhere if I have it. Some more journaling, and then most of the sketchbook is actually was used for travels, like travel sketchbook. Our trip to Italy this summer, and I also turned it into a zine. I'll show that to you later. And you can also see how this transferred into the zine. The zine's for sale in my Etsy shop, and all proceeds go to Unicef to help starving children. Who doesn't want to help them, eh? So I spent quite a lot of time drawing this summer, which is lovely. We were staying in the north of Tuscany, up in the hills. I wasn't even aware that there were hills in Tuscany, or I mean, I guess I was, but it's a little bit cooler and very green, like very, very almost jungly. We had a lovely old watermill we were rented that was done up as a B&B, and there was a lovely pool there too, plus lots of critters, including a scorpion. I was not aware that we had scorpions in Europe. We do. They're tiny. It was like this big. It was tiny. Still scared the shit out of us. I had my husband remove it from the bathtub, where it showed up like 3 nights in a row. I guess it was living there maybe, or I don't know. Maybe it was 3 different ones. They're not really poisonous, or they are, but sort of like a wasp sting, we found out later, but still I wasn't about to take any risks. My kid had a really lovely time though, looking at all the little critters. He loves animals. He loves lizards. He loves little bugs. He loves all sorts of animals. So he was really having a fun time taking photos of them. And he had a little, like, what's that called? I can't think of the English word. Little glass you can use to see things in more detail. Anyway, so that was lovely. That was really fun. We got to see a few little towns in the neighborhood. Went to Lucca, which is a bit of a bigger town. That was beautiful. Very different from what we both remembered. I have been there, but nothing looked like it. We went to Pisa as well. And the boys really wanted to see Pisa and see the Leaning Tower. They loved it. I actually was very surprised by how cute the town was, where no one else was. And then some more days by the house, by the pool. We didn't have the best of weather. What's up? That's all right. We were still in Italy eating lots of pasta, and we spent 2 days in Firenze. We rented a beautiful room in like fancy hotel, like in an old palazzo that they kept all the frescoes up. It was really beautiful. And we walked around for 2 days. Poor kids. We did feed them lots of pizza, which was helpful. They managed, I think they did a good job. Like, we took them to the Uffizi galleries as well. We spent pretty much all day there. I don't want to say that they loved it, but they like weren't too whiny. They survived. And then it was already time to go back home. we drove. So for us, that meant we went through northern Italy up through Switzerland. Beautiful. Switzerland is one of my favorite countries. And then through Germany, back home. Here's some additional sketches that I used for the zine. I'll show you later how that turned out. But after we came back, I started working on the zine. I videoed some of it, but it's a lot of me on the computer, so it's kind of boring to look at. But if you're interested in me doing a how-to on how I make a zine, do let me know. I'm happy to create some boring videos for you. Then back home, still enjoying a few sunny days here. Don't know what to say. I made some illustrations. I feel like whenever I'm on vacation, I'm really inspired by the environment. And then when I get home, everything feels kind of boring. So I did a few off of like MapQuest, older videos, and then older photos that I took. And then we went to the Heath. Really lovely day we had still in September. Beautiful. This is one of my favorite places on earth. And I did some drawing. Saw a friend. Then I did a workshop by Rachel Ball, Turning Your Life into a Graphic Novel, which was really, really fun. And then that's what I did these drawings for, and that's the end. So short one. I'll quickly go grab the zine for you to show you some back and forths. So here's the zine that I made. I can't believe I haven't done a video of it yet, but like I said, it's been kind of intense with our eldest. But this is the sketchbook. So this drawing was done actually digitally on my iPad, and I tried different covers. Like initially I was going to use this one for the cover, but for some reason I didn't love it as much. It didn't feel like it fit. I don't know, I didn't like the drawing so much. And I asked a few of my illustration friends, and they also voted for this one, but in these colors, because I originally did it in these more muted tones, which I still really love this, but they said it makes the zine feel more serious, and I don't know if that's what's inside, and it's definitely not, right? So here's some sketches that I did also on my iPad for the inside of the cover. And then you'll see that mostly what I did is I kept most of the drawings the same, but like I cleaned them up sometimes. So in some cases I felt like the layout, like here it's much too, like the layout just doesn't work, and also the writing doesn't work. So everywhere I removed the original writing, and then I typed up the same stuff, but I just typed it up in my custom font that Dan Barry made for me a while back. I paid him to do it, don't worry. And then I mostly just focused on creating like beautiful layouts. So you can tell like the drawing is the same. It's a little cleaned up, but then I've just worked on like cleaning up the layouts, cleaning up the drawings, cleaning up the copy. But most of it is pretty much the same. So you are truly, if you buy the zine, you are really getting a little peek into my journal. So this is that one. That's a bit further down. Well, I've shown you this. And I'll change stuff around, like in the text again, because I just have, like, I try to do good layouts directly into my sketchbook. I really do enjoy doing that, but you know, sometimes when you're on the road and you're just trying to get this done in between meal times and trips, you know, it's nice to spend a bit more time on it afterwards and make sure it works really well. Here I did change the layout around a little bit just to make it flow a little bit better. This is one of my favorite pages. I'm loving this color purple lately. I don't know. I have these, this is the watercolor palette that I brought, and I have tons of purples. I bought them extra because I'm really, really loving purple at the moment. I don't know what that says about my mental state. Pretty much the same, as you can tell. Like, I swapped some stuff out. This was a digital drawing that I did on vacation as well, and I put it in because sometimes things just make me laugh. Then here you'll see, like, I didn't really draw the last few days, so then when I came back home, I drew a few things just to catch up. So that's this, and I don't know if I did, yeah, like that's this one. So afterwards, when I got home and I put all the things in InDesign and sort of tried to like lay out what the zine would look like, I knew that like I was missing some bits and pieces that I felt were important for the story or for the flow of the zine. Not that this is like a very serious zine, but I did feel like some pieces were missing. Then did I do this? Yeah, so this is here. And for example, I still don't feel like I captured the mountains in Switzerland well enough. I'm not so happy with the drawings I did here. And I tried to do another one also on my iPad. Meh. But it was quite gloomy. And then that's the end of the zine. So now you have a little bit of insight into how I create my zines and how they're pretty much exactly what's in the sketchbook, but then cleaned up with some little bits added to it just for ease. This is still for sale, like I said. Please buy one if you want one. I'm not shipping to the US at the moment because of the tariffs. My local shipping company isn't shipping to the US, so I'm so sorry. I am shipping further abroad, so I got some inquiries from Australia. It's just so expensive at the moment. Like, it's the same price as a zine, but so I haven't been offering it proactively, but it is definitely available if you want to. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Bye.